In today's video, I will be showing you how to make labels at home for free. In my last video, I used Avery labels to create an address label and a label that showed the contents of my kid craft packs. If you missed that project, I will put a link in the description below for you. In that video, I told my viewers that I would be happy to make a tutorial showing how to create your own labels, and several people responded, and that was the inspiration for this video. Once you get the basic idea of how to get started and navigate the process of creating labels, you may find yourself using this resource for many other things. I personally have used this website to create many of the tags in my projects, so I believe you might too. Before I get started, I did want to mention, if you have a printer, that's great, and you can download and print your creations right away, but if you don't have a printer, you can have Avery print them for you. You just have to wait for them to ship. Okay, let's get into how to do this. And first, we will create together the address label to Santa. So I hope you can see my computer screen okay. I do believe you can zoom in if you need to see things up closer, if you're watching on your mobile device. All right, so I'm just going to type in avery.com. That's avery.com. Okay, first you will come to the home page. And if you don't already have an account, you go to this little person here and go to new user, create a free account. Or you can use this to sign into your account you already have. So as you can see, I already have an account. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And here you can see where you can find your projects that you have made previously, and they are saved. And so you could go to projects to pull up things you've already made. You can see your orders here. Okay, but we are going to begin by creating our own label. For this particular one, I will be using these address labels. They're 1 by 2 and 5/8. That's what they look like there. And you will find your template number up in the corner here, 8160. That's how we're going to be able to find our template to make this address label. So we're going to go up to the top here to templates, and here we're going to go to find a template. You're just going to click there. Then you can go down here and you can choose from this area, but since we already know our template number, we're going to put it here in this space right there. So I'm going to type in 8160, and as you can see, it pulls it right up. Okay. And you can see here where it says let us print for you, or you can start designing, and we're going to start designing. They do have a lot of different options if you want designs on your address labels. They have many different ones, so many, but I want to create my own, and so I'm going to go to the search here, and I'm going to type in Christmas, and then I'm going to choose from a Christmas design. And since this was an address label for an envelope for a Dear Santa letter, I kind of wanted it to be a little whimsical. So if I can find the one I use, it's here. Just going to click there. and it will already have a text box where you can type in your information. So we're going to go down to Customize Design, and we are going to click in the box. I'm going to delete this, these words that are already here. Okay. So our address is going to be to Santa Claus, and you just hit enter and go to the next field, and the address is 123 Elf Road, North Pole, and 88888. Okay, so the address is correct. Now I wanted to make the background of my label a color, and so I went up here to background, right up here, and I chose blue. And that's because my envelope was white, and I just thought it would look better if the background had a color. So I'm going to go down to the bottom and click apply. And I am finished with this label. I did want to point out there are two sections over here. This one says edit all, and this one says edit one. You always want to make sure you're at edit all, because it will make all of your labels the same. Now if you did want to change one, then you would just go to edit one. Okay, so now you are going to go to preview and print down here, and you can see how they look here. If you need to zoom in, you could use this here and see them a little bigger. That's what they're going to look like. Okay, now next we're going to get PDF to print. So I'm going to click there. Now it reminded me that I did not save this project, and I'm not saving it because I'm only creating this label for this video, and I already have one saved. But if you want to save it, then you would choose Save Project and you would name it. So I'm going to select Do Not Save, and I'm going to select Download PDF. Okay, and my downloads go here. So I'm going to click my downloads, and here is the project that I just downloaded. So I'm going to click there, and there they are. So I'm going to select print. I don't have to do anything special for my printer, but on the back of these label pages, as you can see here, I've used all these and that's all I have left. But on the back of each one of these, it gives you specific instructions. Number 1, go to Avery.com, and then number 2, design using the template number for this product. Number 3, test print on a plain piece of paper. And then number 4, it says to change printer settings to labels in print. I have never had to change my printer settings to labels. So you may have to for your computer, but I've never had to do that. So it's real easy. The instructions are right here on the back of each of these address label sheets. So you really can't get this wrong. Okay, so I'm going to print this just for the sake of this video. And I'm going to print it on copy paper because I don't want to waste one of my address label sheets. And so I'm going to select print, and I'll show you what that looks like. And then also give you an idea of what to do if you don't want to buy these address labels. Oh shoot, I forgot to choose color. Let me go back. I printed in black and white. I'm not sure why. Let's see. I printed in grayscale. So I'm going to have to change it to color and see what that does. Sometimes this is just trial and error. You just keep going until you get it right. Okay, so we're waiting for that to print. And it did print correctly this time. As you can see, it printed in black and white, and I did not want to show you that. Okay. So let me turn on some light here. Now this is how they look when they printed. And you can see there are no lines or anything, but I printed this on copy paper. And you can use your paper trimmer and cut these out to make labels. So you can see here, when I first started, I cut these out on my paper trimmer. And you can use double-sided tape or your tape runner and just glue those right on the front of your envelope. But after I did this, I decided I wanted to use the address label, and but I did want to share that with you if you choose not to buy the Avery address sticker labels. You could just print them and cut them out. So that is definitely a more affordable way to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to click out of this one. And I want to start a new project. So I'm just going to go back to the home, leave page. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to templates. And this time we are going to I'm going to create the contents label for my kid craft packs with you. And this is what it would look like if you printed it on copy paper, and you could just cut it out with your paper trimmer and make those labels and glue them on yourself if you don't want to use the address labels. Okay, so you're just going to go to find a template, and this is basically the same thing as we did before. So we're going to put in 8160. That's the template number. We're going to start designing. And for this one, I'm not going to do a search. I'm just going to click on this plain one here, because I'm only going to put text in this box. So you're going to go over to text right here, add text to box, and click right there. And there is your text box. Now, when you're in this box, you will be able to change the size of your text. You can change the spacing, the font, anything you want here. So I'm going to delete that text by hitting the back button. And then I'm going over here to choose a different size, because I already know that I have a lot of words to put on this label, and I need them to be small enough where I can fit them all on. Okay, now this label is going to be a little more detailed, and so it's going to take a little longer than it did with the address label. So if you're interested in seeing how to create this label, you may need to stick around. Okay, so I want this to be centered what's inside. That's just how I liked it to look. And these are going to be on the left margin, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go over to alignment, and I'm going to choose center so that I can type in, it's on caps lock, what's inside. And then I'm going to have to go back and choose left alignment so that I can start making my list of items that I'm going to put on this label. Okay, so letter to Santa. And I'm just going to use spacing to put the second part of my, sorry, I'm so tongue-tied today. I'm going to use spacing to put this, to put this side over here is what I'm trying to say. This side over here. So I'm just going to use spaces in between. But Avery will tell you not to do that. But I find that it's the easiest way for me. It tells you to use text box to be able to create this side of the list. I tried it. It did not work for me. But you can see here, for best results, do not use spaces to align your text. But that's what works for me, and that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so I'm going to put in my notepad. Just hit enter. Addressed envelope. If I can type here. And I'm just going to use spaces to go under notepad. Type in wood ornament. Hit enter. Paint with water page. Use spacing. And activity page. As you can see, it's going to start going off the grid here, but we can adjust that in just a minute. Sticker sheet and paper, space, coloring book, space, enter. And then I'm going to list crayons, pen, and paintbrush. Okay, so now I have to use these circle areas to adjust where I want this to go. You have to be mindful of staying inside the safety line, the safety area, because if you don't, it will not print correctly. Okay, so for this particular label, I think I have too much on the label, and with this spacing, I'm not going to be able to fit it all on there. So I'm going to go over here to line spacing, and I'm going to decrease it so that it will give me more space on my label. And you can see that the spacing in between is smaller than it was before, and it gave me some more room there. So now I'm going to go back down here because I have one more thing I want to add on my label. And now I'm getting into trouble because I'm out of the safety area. But that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and type it in, and then we'll figure it out together. So I'm going to put an asterisk, and I want people to know that the wood ornament can be decorated with the crayons. Not many people, probably not many people would know that you could use crayons to color those wooden tree ornaments in my project, and so I just wanted to mention that. Alright, so I wanted that to be centered, but I forgot to hit center first. So now I'm going to copy that, the area that I want to be centered, which is this right here. And I'm going to go over here and hit alignment and just center that. And that made that centered. Alright, so that looks good. I'm just going to play around here with these little circles. Make them go up and down. And, uh-oh, see, now it's going to give me a warning. The safety line, the trim line, the bleed line. You just have to read over that and see what it tells you. But I'm just going to keep messing with it until it gets to the way I want it to be. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay. So I think it's good now. Everything is within this red line. So what we're going to do is go over to preview and print and see what it looks like. And then it'll give you another caution warning. For best results, do not use spaces to align your text, but we're going to continue anyway. And then I need to zoom in because I cannot see that. It's too small. And that is what my label will look like. That looks good to me. So I'm going to go over to get PDF and print. It reminded me that I didn't save it, which I don't need to save it because I've already made this one. And so I'm going to choose do not save. I'm going to choose to download PDF. Excuse me. My download went down here. I'm going to click there. Click on the new one that was just downloaded. And there it is. Now, when I hit print, it's going to look like, excuse me, it's going to look like this page I showed you that you can cut out yourself. Or if you printed them on the address label sheet, then there will be all those stickers for you. Okay, so one thing I love is to have a specialty address label for my Christmas cards, and this is a perfect way to make those at home. I also use this website to create labels for my movie watching kits and the labels for my Christmas planners. And I can show you those on my other account real quick if you're interested in seeing that. I'm not sure why I have two accounts. I think it's because I wanted to keep my personal account separate from my simple creations things. And so that's why I did that, but I didn't keep it separate. So now I have two accounts. So I'm going to go over here where I logged in, and I'm going to sign out. I'm going to go click there again and type in my other account and sign in there, and I'll show you some labels I've created over there. So I'm just going to go to projects. This is how you find the projects you have made. Okay, so as you can see here, I created this label to put on some of the items that I sell in my craft fairs. Here is what's inside my movie watching kit. This one is the label I created for my movie watching kit. I did all of that on here. I thought that was pretty good. I was able to find the crown, and I was pretty happy with that label. As you can see down here, I made, oh, it's got my phone number on it. Okay, anyway, I'll just go down to where you can't see that. Okay, so here I made my own business cards. Um, in my craft fairs, or when I do craft fairs, I print these on copy paper. I cut them out with my paper trimmer, and I staple one to each of to every bag. So if a customer buys something, I staple those informational papers to their bag. So if they get home and they need to contact me for some reason, or one of their friends likes something they purchased, they would be able to get in touch with me to make another purchase. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.